Good morning. It's a lovely sunny day, just gone 9 o'clock, and I'm doing a walk today starting at Newhouse Farm by the vets, and we're heading up over the fields to Barnslands, and then from there over the river to Shakenhurst, and then back down to the Baiton Lane and back home. The first part of our walk starts heading up here, towards the windmill or turbine, I guess. We're heading just up here, follow down the other side. There's a footbridge in the dip. We're heading over there. Right, so we have walked up to Plant Tech, turned left, and we're heading down the track here, 100 yards or so. The path follows that hedge line in the distance, the other side of the power lines, up the hill. There's our way marker, guys, and a very well defined path. We're approaching a stile on the other side of the field now. The walking's actually really good, nice and flat. We're about to drop down into the valley, and eventually we're clambering up onto the hill in the middle distance, I believe. You can see Malvern there and Aberley. What a fantastic day. So we've hopped over the first stile. You can see a stile in front of us, and directly behind it, about 100 yards across the field, you can see another. Down in the trees in the middle distance is Reeside Manor. We walked through a couple of weeks ago, and walking down into this beautiful valley. Over that third stile, and it's directing us down the side of the field, and you see a stile there on the fence line. It's worth noting that none of the stiles I've come across so far have got dog gates on them, so you're going to have to lift your dog over if you bring them. Usual rules apply. Don't leave mess everywhere, don't let your dog off a lead when there's livestock in a field, and have a great time. In front of us we've got Barnslands. The waymarker arrow on the electricity pole tells us to go right, and I'm sure we'll be joining up with the main track in a minute. I used to walk through here a lot many years ago when I was a student, so that was early 1990s. Things have changed quite a lot, but I've probably not been down here for, I would say, a good 10 years. Time flies. So guys, we are heading over this stile to that galvanised kissing gate. It's beautiful to see this hawthorn in flower. We've had a remarkable spring. Heading down the drive now. It's actually quite steep. Better going down it than coming up it, I guess. Just struck me what an amazing piece of countryside we've got in front of us here. Absolutely stunning. Head straight down through what used to be the farmyard, now residential property, and basically follow our noses straight across the next field. The gate's in front of us and stile is directly beyond it. Goats sneaked in with the sheep. Those reckon a goat is a sheep with a brain. The waymarker arrow is sending us straight over to that gate over there. Just a little look back to where we've come from. So guys, when we go through the gate, it's not obvious which direction you're travelling. What I'm doing is I'm aiming between those two trees in the near distance and see if I can pick anything else up. I'm following this track here now, which does appear to lead to a gateway, and we're not very far from crossing the river. I can see a waymarker disc on the left hand side of the gateway in front of us, so we must be going in the right direction. You can clearly see the bridge in the middle distance and the line of the footpath going up the field beyond. I'm going to start looking for somewhere to have a cup of tea, I think. It's kind of getting to that time. Just approaching the footbridge, and as ever when we cross over the river here, we're crossing from Shropshire into Worcestershire. The river is absolutely gin clear. Beautiful. We're heading up on this path through the barley up onto the old railway line. But there's someone up there, somewhere up there I can get a brew. We're at the top of the field now. You can see the way forward in front of us. We're just coming up to the old railway line. You can see Barnslands, Sunday's Hill Cottage, Reeside, Horton's Pole with Morley up beyond it. Pan round, you can see the edge of the walled garden at Shakenhurst. Still following this pathway up through the barley. Can't really go wrong on this bit, guys. Just watch your footing though, somewhat uneven, but absolutely beautiful walking. Now we're at the top of the hill. The footpath appears to head this way. I think I can see a way marker on a bit of a stile down there, so keep on following your nose, guys. Here we go, chaps, it's our stile. My hayfever is playing up somewhat fierce at the moment. Mind you, it's about right, we're in mid-May. Beautiful pond. They've mown a route in the grass. Obviously want us to follow that. Not a problem. I've never walked this bit before. I've researched it on the map, and it's proving to be an absolutely beautiful route. Absolutely amazing. We've got Shakenhurst down in the distance there. So guys, we head up here until we hit the main drive, tarmac drive, and then we turn left. Guys, now we follow this drive until the next left turn. We head down there and we pick up a footpath that takes us across the fields. Absolutely beautiful timber frame cottage. There's our waymarker pole, signposted for home farm. We're heading down the track here, which is left off the main drive. Right, I've had to do something to keep the sweat out of my eyes. It's kind of warm when the sun's shining, but cold when it's not. Literally 100 yards down this track here, we head along the side of the fields and we're aiming for that house down there in the little cottage beyond. So we're picking up this track now, heading right, and it's like it's going to be easy walking down to the road. I've just noticed you can see Nineveh Ridge Care Farm in the distance, an absolutely magical place run by wonderful people. Now coming up to a cottage that a long time ago, when Mum and Dad had their shop, used to bring paraffin out here to a lady called Miss Lamlin, and I always remember she used to have 40 gallons at a time, and it was my job to meter it all out in the freezing cold shed at the bottom of the garden. But we used to come here and deliver it in any weather, and I remember Ron Jordan, who used to help with the deliveries at the shop, and myself having to dig our way here through 4-foot snowdrifts. But we got there, as we always did, and Miss Lamlin had her paraffin so she could keep herself warm. They were good times, much simpler times, but yeah, I miss them a lot. You can see here are the sides of the old railway bridge. Remember, we crossed the railway track just before I had a brew, and yeah, this is what's left of it. It's coming up to Nineveh Farm. We're going to follow the road back into Clibbury now. If you remember a couple of videos ago, when we did the loop round Reeside, we popped out on this road about 100 yards further on down than we are now. I'm not going to film a lot going back into Clibbury because we've already done that, but I'll bring you back at the end of the walk and round it all up. Well, that brings another Clibbury walk to a close. Thank you so much for watching. I really love all the positive comments I'm getting on Facebook and YouTube, so very grateful. If you've enjoyed it, please click the like button, and it'd be really good if you could subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Now, the first part of the walk at Newhouse Farm is where I always used to go when I walked this previously. However, just by the side of the entrance is the footpath on the right hand side.